Imagine waking up one day, reaching for your phone, and nothing. No messages, no notifications, no Google, no YouTube, no Instagram. You try to refresh the page, still nothing. You restart your router, thinking it's just your Wi-Fi acting up. But then you realize it's not just you, it's everyone. The entire internet is gone. What happens next? How would the world react? And how could humanity even survive without it? Let's dive in. Phase 1. The first few hours, confusion and chaos. At first, most people wouldn't think much of it. Maybe a glitch, a temporary outage, but as the hours go by, panic slowly sets in. No WhatsApp, no emails, no way to check the news. Airports, banks and businesses all start to notice something's wrong. One of the first major problems, communication. Governments and businesses rely on internet-based systems for almost everything. Without it, millions of people lose contact immediately. Businesses can't reach their clients, families can't reach their loved ones, and then money stops moving. Credit and debit cards rely on the internet to process transactions. Without it, they're just useless pieces of plastic. Cash suddenly becomes king again. But here's the problem. Most people don't carry cash anymore. ATMs start running out of money, and banks struggle to manage the chaos. Meanwhile, something even scarier is happening. Air travel. Did you know that planes rely on the internet for navigation? Weather updates and flight plans. Without it, air traffic controllers struggle to keep things running. Delays, confusion, and even flight cancellations start happening worldwide. But this is just the beginning. Things are about to get much worse. Phase 2. The first few days, the breakdown begins. By now, reality has set in. The internet is gone and people are freaking out. Panic spreads as businesses shut down, social media influencers realize they have no platform, and gamers, well, let's just say no more online gaming would send some people over the edge. But the biggest issue, the supply chain. Did you know that almost every industry today relies on the internet to function? Supermarkets track their inventory online, factories order raw materials online, delivery systems depend on GPS and digital logistics. Without the internet, the supply chain breaks down in a matter of days. This means food shortages, medicine shortages, and transportation becomes a nightmare. Uber gone. Google Maps gone. People have to start using physical maps again, if they can even find one, that is. And let's talk about news and information. In today's world, we get real-time updates from the internet. But now, there's a total media blackout. TV and radio stations become the only sources of information. But here's the scary part. Without the internet, fact-checking becomes incredibly difficult. Fake news and misinformation spreads faster than ever. Phase 3. The first few weeks. Economic collapse and social unrest. Now things are spiraling out of control. The global economy is crashing. Millions of businesses disappear overnight, especially online companies like Amazon, Facebook, and Google. Banks are struggling to process transactions. The stock market is in a free fall, and people, well, they're getting desperate. Supermarkets are running out of food. Some people begin hoarding supplies. Others turn to trading, bartering goods like it's the Middle Ages. Governments start imposing strict rules to prevent total chaos. Some cities enforce curfews. Others try to rebuild communication using old-school systems like landlines and radio networks. But it's not enough. And then crime rises. The dark web is gone, but cybercriminals turn to real-world crimes. With no digital security, physical thefts, fraud, and even black markets become more common. The world has officially entered survival mode. Phase 4. Months later, a new world without the internet. After a few months, society begins to adapt. But it's a completely different world now. Businesses are forced to go old school. Paper transactions, handwritten records, and face-to-face meetings replace online systems. Governments try to rebuild an alternative internet, but without a fully functioning digital infrastructure, progress is slow. Some regions develop offline networks, local communication systems that don't rely on the global internet. Meanwhile, a new kind of economy starts to form. Local businesses thrive, While international trade becomes incredibly difficult, people rely on their immediate communities for work, goods, and services. Education changes too. With no online learning, schools go back to traditional methods, in-person lectures and handwritten exams. And remember, all those people that relied on streaming services like Netflix and YouTube, well, let's just say libraries and bookstores see a massive comeback. But the biggest change, people realize just how much they depend on the internet. For some, it's a wake-up call. For others, it's the end of the world as they once knew. Could the internet really disappear forever? The short answer is unlikely, but not impossible. The internet is decentralized, meaning it's spread across millions of servers worldwide. But if a massive cyber attack, solar storm, or global catastrophe wiped out enough of the infrastructure, we could experience a worldwide outage. In fact, scientists warn that a powerful solar storm, like the one that hit Earth in 1859, could theoretically knock out the internet for months or even years. If that happens, we'd be thrown back into a pre-digital world almost instantly. The big question is, could you survive? At the end of the day, the STAR experiment makes one thing very clear. We are way more dependent on the internet than we realize. From communication to business, from travel to entertainment, the internet is the backbone of modern civilization. So here's a question for you. If the internet disappears tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do? Would you be able to adapt? Would you panic? Let me know in the comments. If you found this, let's keep exploring the biggest what ifs in life. Thanks for watching and see you all in the next one.